Hey guys, welcome to another video from New Zealand's biggest gap year. A couple of years ago, Laura and I decided to tackle 365 activities all around New Zealand in 365 days. It was an epic year and this is day 61. The mountain in Ohakune was closed and therefore we couldn't go skiing, so we had to figure out something else to do. So we played a little bit of board game at the hostel and then we went mountain climbing. I mean, not really mountain climbing, but it's indoor climbing and it's a ton of fun. Join us at the end of this video where I'm going to answer all the questions we received the first time we published the video. See you then!
So today, it is raining sideways. We've been able to hear the rain on the roof of the hostel all night. It is crazy stormy weather and this has sort of put us in a bit of a depressing mood because we wanted to go mountain biking today. We do the most cliche rainy weather activity anyone could think of, which is playing board games. So, what's our alternative? That is our mission today. We need to find something fun to do in Ohakune when the mountain is closed because there's a ski field. If you can't go mountain biking, then what else can you do?
At about 10 o'clock, I have some things lined up which are pretty epic. We're actually going to go rock climbing, but not really rock climbing. We're going to go fake rock climbing, which is going to be pretty cool.
You guys want to go climbing?
Hell yeah. Yep.
So we put on the harness and we are good to go.
Perfect. Perfect. Come on, guys.
To do a warm-up for the rock climbing, there is a wall suspended right in the middle of the centre. Me and Robin go head-to-head in a rock climbing race. Robin, you know, he is about the height of half of the climbing wall itself, so all he has to do is do 2 climbs and he's up there, and I'm scrambling as fast as I can. But yeah, unfortunately, I do lose again this time. But I'm a good sport, I shake his hand.
The problem with those clip and climb, and it's a problem and a good thing actually. You only have 1 hour. You pay for 1 hour session. It's like dead as cheap. It's like 15 bucks. So on one hand, you're like 15 bucks an hour. I'm better make the most of it. So you climb a lot around and everything, and you get yourself exhausted. So after an hour, you don't want to keep going. But on the other hand, you kind of do. It's just your body just can't. So you really want to get back. So it was actually so much more fun than we expected. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, this rock climbing is surprisingly a lot of fun, actually. You can choose any wall. You don't have to be like under supervision or anything. Just clip onto the wall, the mat falls. As long as you're attached to something, just go, just climb.
Yes! Oh my god!
We'll catch you if you fall and stuff like that, which is quite epic. So yeah, I like it. It's kind of like self-managed. You do your own stuff. It's pretty cool. So there is about, I don't know, something like 20 different walls right here. So both Laura and I are kind of like playing around with the different ones. I'm trying one which is kind of like turning massive wheels while trying to go up, which is quite cool. Laura is trying some like ice pick, whatever that is. So she kind of have to find some tools and then go up. We climbed quite a few ones, but we are both much more intrigued by the more like rocky side of the things, which is much more challenging. There's different paths and everything, and it looks pretty cool.
This whole climbing wall center is really awesome. There's like 15 different walls to choose from, or like different sort of climbing sections to choose from. There's things like, there's a rope climb, there's like a mock-up ice climb where you use like the ice picks to get up. There's also a race, like a timed wall with a big timer on the bottom. There's like Lego bricks type thing. There's like a a zigzag like lightning bolt thing. So that's all like the kiddie like fun section. And then on the other side is the mock-up of an actual like rock wall, complete with overhangs and cracks in the side, and this is the challenging section.
But one thing with Laura, she's very resilient. So she's gonna keep on trying until she makes it. So she's going back and she's trying again and again and again, and she keeps on doing the same mistakes until she sadly gives up. This is, I think, the first time I saw Laura giving up on something. She's actually really, you know, that's one thing I like about her. She's really resilient. She won't nail it.
Trust me, if I was in Ohakune for the winter season, every mountain closed day, I would be at this wall and I would be trying to get up every single climb here, because it's really challenging, but it's actually a whole lot of fun as well, because it's just like your own personal challenge to accomplish. So yeah, as you can tell, I kind of like indoor rock climbing. Like, this is actually a really fun thing to do, and I'm really glad that we found this thing to do today, and it's, I think, mission accomplished. We have found what to do on a rainy day in Ohakune. So we were the last people to be using the climbing wall for the day, so that takes us well into the evening. And then we are pretty hungry. We've worked up an appetite, and just across the road from the climbing wall is a gourmet burger place. And I think for the first time on this trip, we are treating ourselves to having dinner out. Like, usually we're really keen on obviously saving money on food and cooking for ourselves, but it's got really late. We don't even know what we've got for food at the moment, so we're just like, okay, let's just go get a gourmet burger.
Alright, so as you can tell, it was really really weather dependent today, and we ended up not being able to do the activity that we planned, and you know, it turned out, spoiler alert for the future, we can't do snowboarding at all in New Zealand this year. It will be raining, it will always be the worst weather possible to do that. And so some of the questions that came along on the video the previous time we published it was about the weather in New Zealand, and asking us if it's really common for the mountains to be closed regularly. And it turned out that yes, it is. New Zealand weather is extremely changeable, and there is a lot of rain. And as you may know, the snow conditions are very much dependent on rain, because more than the sun, rains actually melts the snow much faster, and therefore if there is a rainy day, then it's going to melt the snow really quickly, and then the snow is not going to be fun to play around with, you know, at the lower end of the mountain. And if it's in higher altitudes and it's you know, raining, then therefore it transforms into snow, and then there's a lot of snow and just big, you know, it's just hard to snowboard and ski over there in those conditions. So yeah, it does happen quite often. For more experience, I mean, for that New Zealand's biggest gap year specifically, it did happen way too often for our liking. But for more experience with the rest of our experience in New Zealand, for all those other years that we spent in New Zealand, it doesn't happen that, I mean, it does happen that often. Let's say it's about 2 days out of an entire week. So if you're planning to come and snowboard or ski in New Zealand, you've got to be prepared to have some alternative options if the weather is not playing ball with you, which it will happen. You know, the New Zealand weather is you know, notorious to be extremely changeable, so for this reason it may very well happen to you. Alright, that's basically the main question that we got on this video, so I'm not going to be prolonging this video too long. Thank you very much for watching it. If you do have questions of your own and you want to ask us, because we kind of are the travel expert of New Zealand, since we are the team behind NZPocketGuide.com, which is the largest travel guide to New Zealand, what you can do is that you can put your question in the comment of any of those of our videos, and then we put them up and we usually answer them during our live session. Our live session happens every single Sunday at 8 AM New Zealand time. There is a link in the description of this video for you to know which you know, what time and which day it is in your side of the world. And we basically just sit on that couch over there and we answer your questions for a whole hour. It's a lot of fun. You can also join us live, that's fun as well. And if you do want to do some more thorough research on New Zealand, you can check out www.nzpocketguide.com. It's the largest travel guide to New Zealand. It's really awesome. We put our heart and soul into it, and I hope that you will find that super useful. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.